When money collapses, why some lose everything and others don't. November 1923, Weimar Germany. A single loaf of bread costs 200 billion marks. A lifetime of savings, gone. A bank account that could buy a house in 1918 can't buy food in 1923. 5 years. That's all it took for a stable currency to become worthless. Paper money failed. And yet, some people survived. Some even thrived. Not because they predicted the collapse, but because they followed principles that work in every collapse, no matter the country, the cause, or the century. Banks shut their doors, accounts are frozen. Dollar savings are confiscated and converted to pesos at a rigged rate. Overnight, people lose 66% of their wealth. Most are helpless, but some survive. They follow the same principles people followed in Weimar, in Rome, in every collapse in history. America today. The national debt is $36 trillion. The dollar has lost 98% of its purchasing power since 1913. Trillions created in just a few years. This isn't new. It's the same pattern that has preceded every currency collapse before it. And when the system breaks, whether in 5 years or 15, the same principles will decide who survives and who loses everything. This isn't about getting rich. It's about not losing everything. In every collapse, most people don't fail because they're stupid. They fail because they follow tactics that work in normal times but fail catastrophically in crisis. Before the principles, you need to understand this. Principles matter more than tactics. A tactic is advice. Buy this, sell that. It might work, it might not. A principle is a truth. It works regardless of timing, politics, or currency. Principle 1. Hard assets survive. When currencies collapse, paper burns, bank deposits, bonds, stocks, promises, they are claims, and claims fail when systems break. In Weimar Germany, paper wealth vaporized, but land stayed land, buildings stayed buildings, farms kept producing food, the mark went from thousands to trillions. The farm didn't change. Zimbabwe, Argentina, same result. Paper failed. Reality remained. When systems collapse, what's real survives. Principle 2. Productive assets outlast speculation. There's a difference between owning something that produces value and something that only rises if someone else pays more. During the Great Depression, markets collapsed nearly 90%. Speculators were wiped out. But people who owned productive land, businesses, tools, and skills, they endured. When confidence disappears, production matters more than price. Principle 3. Liquidity means survival. In every collapse, timing matters, but not in the way people think. Liquidity isn't about profit, it's about options. In Argentina, 2001, people with frozen bank accounts couldn't pay rent, buy food, or move. Those with access to liquid resources cash outside the system. Tradable goods, trusted networks had choices. In collapses, prices don't just rise, markets freeze. Assets may be valuable, but if you can't exchange them when needed, they might as well not exist. Liquidity buys time, and time buys survival. Principle 4. Systems fail, skills don't. When institutions collapse, credentials lose power, degrees don't feed families, titles don't fix problems. In Weimar Germany, professionals starved alongside laborers, but people with practical skills, builders, mechanics, farmers, traders, adapted. Skills travel across borders, across currencies, across systems. When money dies, value returns to usefulness. The more problems you can solve, the safer you become. Principle 5. Community outlasts. Capital collapses are never survived alone. In Rome, in Weimar, in Argentina, those with strong local relationships endured longer. Trust replaced contracts. Reputation replaced credit scores. People shared food, information, opportunities. Isolation kills in a collapse. Connection saves. Capital can disappear overnight. Community cannot. History doesn't repeat, it rhymes. Rome, Weimar, Argentina. Different centuries. Same mistakes. The people who survive are never the loudest. They're the ones who understand the rules when the game changes, because when money fails, principles are all that remain. These principles aren't predictions, they're patterns. They don't rely on politics, or timing, or luck. They worked when gold was money. They worked when paper was money. They'll work when systems change again. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. Because when collapse comes, most people won't lose everything because they were careless. They'll lose it because they trusted a system that only works in good times. And history is clear. When money fails, principles decide who survives.